There are certain driver tests that just wet my whistle, and this is certainly one of them. A lot of the times it is a David versus Goliath. You could say today is David versus David. Hi everyone, my name's James Robinson. Welcome back to this YouTube channel. Today, let's go into the first tee, because today I have a couple of drivers which excite me more than any other driver ever. We're of course talking mini drivers, everyone. So introducing the brand new for 2024. You may have seen this already, TaylorMade burner mini driver. Now that's nothing new. That's nothing to really get you overly excited. It really is. This is like the most exciting thing in the world ever. We also have the brand new Callaway Paradigm AI Smoke mini driver. And of course we have to put these two, I'd say giants, but they're of course smaller, head to head to see exactly which one's the best. We're going to do that today out on the golf course. We're also going to do it in the studio and see what counts. So let's tee off and see exactly what the big differences are here, because if we do look at these heads, you'll see that actually the Callaway does look a little bit bigger. Both these heads are 340cc. Both of them are an oversized 3-wood head realistically, and both of them are 13.5 degrees of loft. However, the loft sleeve on the Callaway shows that I can take that down 1.5 degrees. The loft sleeve on the TaylorMade shows I can take it down 2 degrees. So realistically, the TaylorMade can play a little bit stronger. And if I was going to say which one I prefer the look of, I'd have to say I actually prefer the look of the TaylorMade. The Callaway looks gorgeous, but we'll get into this after we've teed off, come on. So let's go Callaway first. Callaway is the new driver on the block. Callaway is the driver that none of us knew was coming this year. It's of course the AI Smoke Paradigm. Now both these clubs have the movable weights, and I honestly think Callaway probably took inspiration from TaylorMade with this, because they're both the same weight, they're both moving the same way. You spin it out and you move it for low spin and high spin depending what forgiveness you want. And I have them both set on the lowest possible loft setting, so bear that in mind. TaylorMade might play a degree stronger. Very difficult hole here at Calle Palazzo to kick things off. We'll start at that left-hand bunker and try and give it a little bit of fade. This is exactly where you'd be using this club. Hitting fairway is paramount. Not a bad start, nice fade round the corner a little bit, tiny bit high. That one is a little bit toey. I'd imagine that's out there on the right-hand side of the fairway. Now if we look at the TaylorMade, I feel like the TaylorMade is a little bit more of a brute, a little bit more of a low spin monster, you could say. So we'll use the same tee height, we'll try and play a very similar shot, and I'm really interested to see what numbers we get with these. I'm going to film that when we're back home in the UK in our Golf's On studio. Can we play this a little bit lower and a little bit straighter? Looking down, it does look smaller, this, it really does. And it feels a little bit longer in length. You can see there two very similar strikes. The TaylorMade's held on a little bit and stayed straighter, so that's going to be probably 1-0 to the TaylorMade. We'll get down there and see what we have for distance, but straight away, I can't have them both in the bag. But it's almost like asking, what's your favourite kid? I've only got one, but those two have got, what's your favourite kid? Eldest. Sharp. And you see, it's really interesting because the similarities on these drivers just do not stop. Both are titanium, both have that multi-material composite, and both have those movable weights, as we say. We have the speed pocket in the TaylorMade, that's designed to enhance ball speed on those low phase hits. But we also have the AI Smart Face on the Callaway, where you're supposed to have numerous sweet spots to again enhance ball speed on off-centre hits. So realistically, which one's going to be better? A lot of it will come down to looks, a lot of it will come down to what brand you like the most. And a lot of it will come down to if you can actually get one, because these things go like hotcakes. I can't believe I've got both of them. Guys, hit that subscribe button if you want to see more videos related to these and of course any golf product ever, because we're testing more clubs than ever this year. I'd love you to be a part of it. Let's see where they've finished. Now I must say, we're on the first tee, it's very, very early and I've had no warm-up. They aren't excuses, but I do think this is often where the mini driver could come in handy. I generally don't have a big warm-up, we come out and play, and to be honest, it's what 99% of golfers do. We should have a warm-up, but we don't. Guys, we're at Calle Palazzo today in Turkey, and thanks to the guys at Golf Mates Travel for sorting that out, because they've been absolutely fantastic in getting us out here to Turkey and getting us on some amazing golf courses. This isn't a sponsored video, but if you do fancy booking a holiday, check out Golf Mates Travel. Where have those balls finished? We have one in the fairway here, that is the TaylorMade, and that's actually 20 yards past our friend Brett, who's hit a TaylorMade Stealth 2 driver off the tee. So we've put 20 yards on him with the mini driver, and we have the Callaway driver. It's just steep into the rough there, you can see, a little bit shorter, and it's just taken this little run off here. So that is definitely 1-0 to the TaylorMade. Let's hit some more and see exactly which one's going to be best. I can't wait to show you the numbers. I think you'll be really impressed or interested, or both. 20 yards. So randomly, we actually have 255 yards into this first hole at Callaway Plaza, the par 5. Big divot here as well because Brett's second shot only finished there. But, right mate, it would be rude not to test these bad boys off the fairway and see just which one is best, because a lot of people will be buying this potentially instead of a 3-wood. I can't imagine many people get these instead of a driver, which does make sense but doesn't make sense, because if you're good with one of these, then it can be the best club in your bag, but if you struggle, it can cost you a lot of shots and a lot of golf balls, like that man there. So 255 into the wind, and I often have hit the TaylorMade. I've had a lot of TaylorMade mini drivers in the past, and a lot of them have been fantastic off the deck. The Callaway cost me a lot of money in its review off the deck. You could blame myself there. 2 par 5s to open actually, because that was a par 5 opener. Let's see how good it can be. More loft on here, like I said earlier, because it has loads of adjustment, the Callaway, but you can't knock it down by 2 degrees, which I don't understand. You can go up by 2, so you could play it at 15.5, but who's doing that really? I don't think many people are doing that at all. And realistically, looking at the soles of these two clubs, I do feel like there's plenty of technology in there to help you off the deck. You can see the TaylorMade mini driver does have that V steel technology, although it's more of a kind of W steel technology now, and the AI Smoke does have a little bit of a V on the bottom to help with turf interaction. Now, is that really going to help us where it counts? Let's go Callaway first, because as I said, that did cost us quite a bit of money in the review. I say quite a bit of money, 3 brand new golf balls, 3. Can we get it up there and attack the par 5? It's a great strike, it's just down to the left. That's the ball flight I want with this club. I want it a little bit more penetrating. I want it that tiny bit lower. It's not faded back though. I anticipated a little bit of fade there. Can the TaylorMade, it looks so good, the TaylorMade. So the TaylorMade still has that carbon crown, still has that multi-material composite, so it has that kind of leading edge. Just looks a little bit sleeker, a little bit nicer. Almost like a copper rose gold effect. There we go. The TaylorMade certainly takes it on sound. It sounds incredible. And that might be long. See how far that's gone? That might be long. Let's get down there and see where they've gone. And also let's talk numbers for you bad boys before we finish this off on probably one of the hardest driving holes in the world. I was warned about this before we came out here. That's exactly why we brought these clubs. So unbelievably, from 255 yards out into the wind, you're right. We have the Callaway it's flag high, I'll give it that. It did go left, but it is exactly flag high. And the TaylorMade has gone absolutely miles to the back of the green there. So I'm going to give that 2-0 TaylorMade. As you saw, numbers, very impressive, very similar. I feel like the Callaway just struggled with the spin rate a little bit, and I do feel like the TaylorMade takes it on looks and sound a little bit. Let's go to that next tee and let's see how versatile the Callaway is. Because I think I'm doing something a little bit wrong. Because whilst I have really enjoyed this test, and whilst I do clearly very enjoy testing these kind of drivers, what really are they for? This is exactly what they're for. Look how narrow this hole is. Do you really need a big bombing drive here? Probably not. So if I was going to get one of these clubs, would I have it in the bag all the time? I mean, I probably would, because I don't have 14 clubs in the bag anyway, but it's certainly a club where you'd use it off the tee if you were struggling, and if it was, I was going to say a very rude comment, but it's narrow. Okay, so quite interestingly, having tested both these drivers quite a lot and having hit them quite a lot in the studio, the numbers are very interesting, because the Callaway was mega consistent, and I found I actually hit it a lot straighter than the TaylorMade as well. I hit a couple of shots a tiny bit left, but that's always the case for me when I'm in testing generally, but you can see it's still not too far off the grid. One thing I really enjoyed about the Callaway was that sound and feel. It just felt, again, really consistent no matter where you hit it out of the face. I think that might be to do generally with all those different sweet spots that Callaway kept talking about. When it comes to the TaylorMade, I just think the TaylorMade feels really solid and goes a long way. But I struggled with consistency with that. I hit some really good ones with it, but also some pretty poor ones with it as well. So for me, I think it depends what you're going for. And I think maybe the Callaway shaft suited me more than the TaylorMade shaft. But if you're in the market for something that goes a long way, then potentially you can see here with this shot, it's carrying quite a lot further. We're getting maybe 10, 15 yards more carry on some shots with the TaylorMade, but I don't think it's maybe as forgiving as the Callaway. That could be down to the loft. Obviously, there's 1 degree difference in these because I can loft the TaylorMade down a little bit more than I can the Callaway. That's the best shot hit with any of them. As you can see, for averages, a little bit more ball speed with the TaylorMade, a little bit less spin with the TaylorMade, and overall a little bit more distance with that TaylorMade for me. Let's get back out on the golf course at Caia Palazzo at one of the tightest driving holes I've ever seen and see which one can take the biscuit. What we want to be doing here realistically is this. Yes, we tee the ball up because you always get a little bit of benefit, but I'd be teeing it up incredibly low and just trying to play a shot that keeps us in play, that gets us in the fairway, that goes a bit further than a 3 wood and gives you a little bit more surface area to hit than a 3 wood. Because I've never understood the fact mid to high handicap golfers will play safe with a 3 wood. That makes no sense to me at all. Can we play safe with the new AI Smoke Mini driver? Teed down low. Just punt it down there. That is exactly what this drive is all about. And I think now I've figured that out, that's literally the perfect tee shot. I feel like apologising to Callaway there because I've not really been using it as you should. I think that's where the TaylorMade kind of has a bit more versatility. You can tee that up and let it fly. Let's hit a similar shot with the TaylorMade. Very, very similar. I think the Callaway takes that one primarily on ball flight, and to be honest, I almost think I've been missing the point all along with these mini drivers. If you have one of these in the bag and you can keep it in play and hit it 250, 260, even 200, 210 if that's your game, then it's worth its weight in gold. Guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of the video in the comments below. Which one would you spend your money on? And apart from that, I'll see you all at the same time tomorrow. We're going to play some more golf here in Turkey. Cheers, Golf Mates Travel.